Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Tuesday. Good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the 14th day of May 2024. It is Tuesday of the 7th week and the final week of the Easter season. It is the 45th day of the Easter season, and as you can see, it is morning drop-off here at the Franciscan School. Once again, it is a rainy, cloudy morning today, and so it is what it is. So back in Raleigh after again travels away this weekend. But today we also celebrate the feast of Saint Matthias. Who's Saint Matthias? Saint Matthias was the one who replaces Judas Iscariot to be one of the 12 apostles, so that again, the connection to the 12 tribes of Israel, to the new covenant, can be maintained. And so special readings today, actually special first reading today to honor Saint Matthias. I think the Gospel too is also. So we move from the Acts. We go back to the Acts of the Apostles, to the very beginning of Acts of the Apostles today, where the apostles have to decide to find someone to replace Judas, again, who had gone astray, again, gone his own way, it says. It never doesn't say anything more than that. So it's a very interesting way in which they kind of portray again Judas' situation within the cohort of the apostles, but someone needs to replace him, and so there is a Barsabbas who is selected, and then there is Matthias, and they pray, they cast lots, and the lot falls to Matthias. What else is there said about him? Nothing. So basically, we never really hear about him. There are many churches named after him. People take his name, in religious life, or maybe for a confirmation name or things like that. But we never really know much more about him. He doesn't really come up again in the Acts of the Apostles with anything. So this individual, again, who becomes one of the 12, who must have done some of the evangelization and the mission work of spreading the good news, again, is chosen, and he is remembered. And sometimes a name is just enough to mark you, again, as somebody, again, whose life must have had some kind of impact upon the early Christian community for them to remember him. The gospel gives a little bit more oomph to our day today, because it is John 15, that great gospel that Jesus talks about being the commandment of love, the most important commandment, the only commandment that really matters, the only commandment that makes sense, the only commandment that allows anything else that we are asked to do to make any sense. It is always love, is always love, is always love. Some people will say, well, again, all 10 commandments, about love. Well, really, they're not really about love. They're about making sure you don't do the wrong thing. And the fact that commandment was not listed as one of the 10 is always a strange kind of circumstance. Again, God in Exodus and Deuteronomy giving Israel the 10 commandments basically wants to make sure that law and order are kept. And again, the first 3, the first 4 are about making sure that you know who this God is, who has rescued you from slavery in Egypt. But now Jesus moves this forward in a dramatic and a wonderful way by basically saying it really isn't about rules and regulations. It isn't about law and order. It isn't about making sure that you do the right thing and avoid the wrong things. It is simply about love. Nothing more, nothing less. To be able to love is to give of oneself. Maybe to give of oneself in that fullest way of laying down one's life for one's friends, but maybe just giving oneself in that way of understanding and of care, and of looking after each other, and of making sure that each other succeeds, and of supporting and encouraging each other, journeying with each other on a day-to-day basis. Those are the expressions of love, of never giving up, of allowing ourselves to basically see the more in each other and see the more in this wonderful world that God has given us. That is what we are commanded to do, not necessarily avoiding the bad and doing the good, but loving, so that love can be able to be that force that has the strength and power to do anything and everything, that gives it that sense of power and wonder and glory that sometimes the world does not give it, because the world does not understand love in the way that we are asked to understand love. As we move into these last days of the Easter season, in which we celebrate the feast of God's triumphant love, may we come to understand love more in our own lives, and allow that love to refresh and to renew not only ourselves, but the face of the earth. A continued blessed Easter, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord give you his peace.